Fantastic. Right, good afternoon and welcome to the Rise Up Mama podcast series. We are recording it as well, just in case you're watching this on one of the websites like YouTube or another video outlet. My name's Vanessa and I'm a lifestyle coach for mums. And I'm so excited because this is now my second episode for my podcast. So it's the Rise Up Mama podcast. And the aim of the podcast is for me to share some information with you. So I'm reaching out to mums, but also to women and to men. So anybody who's interested in health, nutrition, lifestyle, that type of thing. And essentially, the information that I will be bringing to you and my guests, we'll be talking about different subjects which will help you to raise your confidence, help you to think about how you can raise your energy. And also, I do run a lot of community events, either online or offline where I am. So if you're looking to be connected with people that are like-minded, then I hope that you will be tuning in to what I have to share. So this afternoon, I am here with a wonderful lady that I've connected with online over the last few weeks. Her name is Sofie Collette, and she is a psychic astrologer. And I'm so excited because she's the second guest for the online Global Health and Wellbeing Café, which will be a live event on Thursday, the 17th of December. But what I like to do before we get to the event is just have a little chat with my guest, find out a little bit more information about them, and also get a little sneak preview of what they will be sharing at the event. So welcome, Sofie. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you, Vanessa. It's a pleasure to be on your podcast, on your talk. Really.
Oh, thank you. I was, I shared this with you last week that I really struggled to find somebody for the December event because I specifically want us to cover about what the planets are doing in December so that we can have somebody who can share knowledge to really elevate us moving into 2021. And, I always believe that things happen for a reason, and the way how we connected was just a fluke because obviously that was through a networking group that I'm running. And then I noticed the description of what you do and I thought, oh wow, I wonder if she'd be willing to be a guest for this event. And of course you said yes, so thank you so much.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure, really. So like I said, it's really my kind of subject to have a bit more insight and depth on it next Thursday then. But today I can present myself a little bit and tell you what my role is, how I work, and
Yeah, definitely.
an idea, who am I?
Yeah, well, let's start with that. So in terms of your background, would you just like to share with the listeners, where you've come from? I know you've got a mixed experience in your actual career and also what you do as a psychic astrologer. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
So astrology came to me when I was really very young, actually. I was only like 11, 12 when I had this fascination for astrology science. I wanted to know everything about it. And I was also a very sensitive child. So I just analyzed everybody around me. Even as a child, I was intrigued by people's personalities and why they were the way they were. I had this intrigue, mind with finding out people. And then I discovered around the age of 14, 15 that you could actually have a astrology chart done of your birth date, hour, place of birth. So by accident or not, I don't believe in coincidence. in the little sea town I lived in Belgium, there was a talk on astrology, and I was thinking, oh, I have to
Wow.
go there. I have to go there, you
And
know.
so remind us how old you were again at this point.
Yeah, I just remember it now just by talking of it. You know, it's a spontaneous talk that we're doing, and
Yeah. How
just
old were
so
you?
like 14, 15, you
Okay,
know,
yeah.
and I was just, yeah, I was saying to my mother, I do want to go to this, you know, and, you know, it wasn't far from where I lived, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk. So it was in a local sort of event place, you know, where they have a little space. And yeah, I just went, and it was a small organization who did a monthly talk for women, you know, like business women, anything, could be any subject. And
Mm.
this time it was on astrology. And I was like, oh, yes, definitely. So after the man gave his talk, he was a teacher. He taught astrology training courses in the area. I went up to see him, and I was really curious. I was fascinated. You know, I was like, I want to have this done, you know, at this young age. That was really like sort of extraordinary to be interested in astrology. I think it was all a bit, but I felt like always in my life like an adult. I never really felt like I was super young, so I must have been an old soul anyway,
Mm.
my belief. And yeah, so I started to really dig into it. I bought all kinds of books, and I learned to draw my own charts as well when I was
Wow.
15
Gosh.
without any computer program, because that is 30 years ago.
Mm.
Back then, I had no computer. Only a few people had one, you know, the first ones that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not like it is today, that you just click, put in your
Yeah.
details, and it comes up on the screen. No, no. You had to do everything by hand, and the calculation with your calculator. You
Gosh.
have to have your book with all the you know, the logarithms stuff from the planets, how they go through, you know, the it's called let me see, I'm just gonna have a quick look in English. The ephemerides, it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all the planetary movements. And yeah, I just learned to do that, and I was finding out to get the right interpretation of what does it mean.
Mm.
It came naturally, quite naturally though. I had this feeling of a knowledge that I've known before, information that wasn't so new to me at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started to do this for friends and family as a bit of fun. And I discovered that I was actually quite good at it. I had this sense, this feeling of knowing that I knew when I looked at the chart of somebody, I just could read people, how they were as a person.
Wow.
That was a bit the start of it. So yeah, and I kept it as a hobby though, because I was young and I went to a few training lessons on astrology in different areas, but I never really found them super interesting, because I was like, yeah, you know, I've done a lot on my own self study.
Mm.
So that where it started actually. And now
Mm.
we are 30 years later, and some people pointed out to me, why don't you make like a real job
Yeah.
profession, a hazard about, you know, do something with it so you can actually. It's like thinking, yeah, actually I should, because from my experience, it did help people to go in
Mm.
the right direction, to get to know themselves really well. Yeah. Mm.
So astrology is one part of your service offer, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you just want to tell us a little bit about the other things that you do as well?
Yes. So back in those times again, I had to make a choice whether I stayed doing this study or if I wanted to do something else at the age of, you know, 15, 16 in school. And I wanted definitely to do something creative with people. Yeah, I was still looking for myself as well, probably, and to know what I really want to do, what I'm really good in, because I'm a perfectionist. If I do something, it has to be, well, perfect, almost. So I decided to go to sort of beauty school, massage school, and chiropody
Okay.
school,
Yeah, yeah.
college. And I became a beautician with different angles, different skills. I trained in the chiropody, I trained in massage, and yeah, I graduated when I was 20. And then I did another 2 years of uni, but that didn't really go so well. But that's fine, you know, that was experience in life. Yeah, so I became a therapist, and along the way, I did extra trainings on holistic treatments. On you know, you can expand your skills
Yeah, yeah.
during your professional work.
So
And
bringing in the astrology now, then that must be really interesting when you're working with clients. Maybe you're doing a
yeah,
massage, or you're doing, is it reflexology that you do? Yeah.
astrology, yes,
It must be really interesting when the conversation naturally goes to another level.
because I pick up on people's energy. When you do
Mm,
massages, you feel people,
okay.
and I have a natural healing ability. So it goes all into one, you know, it's like you mix all your skills
Yes, yes.
and you bring it to a very personal experience, treatment
Mm,
for
mm.
people. So you actually bring healing on different levels, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Yes.
My
Well,
vision. Yeah.
well, let's talk now about the more spiritual side of things in
Oh, yes,
terms of
definitely.
humanity
Yeah.
and
This
the
year.
shift in consciousness.
Yes.
So, obviously, for the event on the 17th of December 2020, I have given a little bit of an outline to the people that I'm inviting to the event to say, you know, the planets are doing something very unusual, and the impact of, is it Jupiter and Saturn? Am I right in saying?
Jupiter and Saturn mainly have a conjunction.
Yeah, they're having a conjunction, and
Yeah.
this is going to have a positive shift in the consciousness for the world, for humanity. So, Sophie, do you just, I mean, it's not something that I'm familiar with. I've just learned about it over the last 2 months. And, you know, I'm so excited because I've always had a keen interest in astrology myself, but never professionally. Just I've had my own charts done, as I said to you, and I don't anymore. But I often used to say to people, "Oh, when's your birthday?" So I could work out what star sign they were. But
Yeah.
do you just want to tell us a bit more about, you know, what the planets
Conscious,
get?
yeah.
Don't give it away too much in
No,
terms of
no,
what you're
I'm
going
not.
to talk
I'm not.
about, but yeah, it'd
Yeah,
be lovely.
generally. So the closer that conjunction comes, it has an effect on all of us, because astrology is one of the only factual science that you can really measure. You know, where there's like the planets is there, so this means this and this means this. So you can literally make up a sort of a report for people to read. You know, this is what it means. This is facts. This is not like sometimes something you pick up somewhere. No, no, it's literally written down. I mean, people have been using astrology from centuries in history,
Mm-hmm.
where it is proven that people use it. Even big leaders in the world. All over the world, people have been using astrology to make decisions in life. And this year, it has had a huge effect on people's mindsets. I mean, you can't deny that something hasn't got an effect, because the big last shift, like we have now, was in 1666. And before that was 1200. Let me just have a quick look. I say something wrong. The time of the Crusades, 1285. So
Okay.
those big alignments of certain planets, mainly is of course Jupiter and Saturn, then also Mars and Pluto play a big role. So those 4 planets, the alignment now, will have a shift on people's mindset, consciousness, on everything that's going on.
Do you just want to tell us a bit more about that? Because for people that are not familiar with the word consciousness, what do we mean when we're using that term?
For me, it means like you change your visions onto the world and you become conscious of what is going out and going around you.
Okay.
The interaction between humans, the interaction in the world. How do we communicate with people around us and with ourselves? How conscious actually are we aware of our lives and the choices we made, or do we just stay in our comfort zone without asking any questions? Being conscious of everything you do in life, whether it is just waking up in the morning and deciding what you're going to do, because everybody's life, however you look at it, has changed somehow this year.
Okay.
You can't say it didn't have any effect on you. It will, because people suddenly, have changed their views towards you. Suddenly people have ideas on things,
I
whether
mean,
you agree or not,
Yeah, I mean, if we think about consciousness from the perspective of health and well-being,
yes, people have lost touch with each other.
Okay, so yeah, if you kind of give us a feel for how you feel 2020 has impacted us, and what this planetary shift, where we could see ourselves in 2021 and beyond in terms of health and well-being, where do you think we're going with that?
In my perspective, this has been the start of a complete different mindset, and whether people choose to go with it or against it, but you can't deny things. So I do believe people will have to change their ways of taking care of themselves, especially in my profession. People suddenly realize that you need physical contact more and more to be healthy, whether it's emotional, physical, mental. Because in my work, massage, the power of touch is very important.
Okay.
And if people start to take distance from each other physically, it's not a good effect on your health in any way. Mentally, emotionally, physically, we need, as social beings, physical social contact to feel good. It's an exchange of energy.
So
and we'll bring that as well with us. People will more and more realize we need to change our health ways of interacting.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. I've just written down the word immune system as I was listening to you, because from my perspective, I'm a lifestyle coach, but I specialize in nutrition, fitness, and personal development, which is the mindset. So, you've already touched on that word. And from my point of view, particularly in terms of, I do distribute nutritional products, and I've noticed that there is less resistance this year for people to hear about, to be open for a conversation about their health. Because as Jim Rohn said, is one of my favorite philosophers. I could quote him all day, but he basically says you've only got one body, you only live in one body, so look after it.
Yes, make it your temple. This is
the
most important thing, is to take care of you.
Exactly.
And our health and minds and body has been under such attack this year, that it's very sad, what has happened for many people on all levels, personally, in their family, job-wise.
So thinking
people have disconnected I
Yeah.
need to connect in a new, different way now to find out that actually you do need to have physical touch and take care of your body, whether it's through health, by the right food, the right way of lifestyle, but also take care of your body physically. It's so important to receive a massage from time to time to detox your body, to help prevent getting ill, because massage is a healthy way to prevent to get ill, because it will drain the toxins in your body. It's the same like what you probably do, your
Well,
nutrition and
I
healthy.
encourage people to drink water, for
Yeah,
example, to
it's
make
very
sure
important.
that, water has so many benefits, and so many
Detox
people
is
just take
great.
it for granted, and they don't understand why the body actually needs water, just
Oh
as
yeah,
one
loads.
one
Yeah.
basic thing. So in terms of 2021, if the planets are doing whatever they're going to be doing, and this is a major thing, it's
Yes.
going to help us have this shift. So where do you think we're going to be going then? So you said that we're going to be more open.
More conscious. People will have more consistency and being conscious about their health
Okay.
and their, the whole body. Because it's more than just a physical thing. It's emotional. It's the mental side of people's health. It's everything, because it has been under attack. Everything, the mental side,
Yeah.
the physical side has had such a huge effect on people.
But
It's
what I find, Sophie, is people are always looking for a short-term solution. And one of the things that I promote and encourage is a healthy, active lifestyle, because this is about a lifestyle choice.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So, for example, you could choose to drink water, as we've just said, or you could choose to drink coffee all day, or you
yeah,
could choose to drink
yeah. Choices.
sugary beverages all day. So this is a lifestyle choice. And
Yes.
for a lot of people, even though they realize that they need to make these changes, they struggle to be consistent. So I know
That's
that
yeah.
you might not have the answer to this, but in terms of what the planets are doing, is because I've heard something about some energy has been going to be released, or something about the
Yeah.
sun, or something like that. Is it
Things
going to
are
help?
happening on energy level, but people
Yeah,
have to realize they are responsible for their own lives.
themselves, exactly.
I mean, the planet is not going to make the decision. It's going to push us to
Okay.
give us greater awareness and be more consciousness, because, you know, most people are probably not aware of how conscious they are about things. It's about making a choice that benefits you, your health. And
Mm.
it's also, sometimes a life-changing choice.
Do you think
And
we're going to have more role models coming through then, and like ordinary people being role models? Because I know that a lot of celebrities are seen as influencers, and
yeah,
for some people that makes a difference. But the ordinary person, like I'm an ordinary mum, and I mainly work with
yes,
mums, and I
yes,
try to be a
yes.
positive role
I
model.
do believe that it is more important to be ordinary people like
Okay.
us to step forward. And because we represent the people, those celebrities, they don't represent the general public or the
Mm.
people. They are
Well,
put on a
especially if they're being
pedestal.
paid, they might be paid
Yeah,
to promote a certain brand or whatever, but
they
they
are put
don't
on a,
believe in
yeah,
that.
and they get all this free stuff. I mean, they are there for marketing purposes
Mm,
to somehow sell something
mm,
for a company, whether it's good or bad, I don't know.
mm,
But the fact is, we have to stand up. We get now the position where us, the people, have to take the power of our own lives and the responsibility of our own life and the choices. And it's for the people, about the people. It's very
yeah,
important that we realize that people are so much more powerful, and you make your choices based on whatever that is.
yeah.
So what I'm
Well,
also doing with my astrology, my treatments, the things I combine, is making people realize that they have the power, empowerment. It's so important to give people their power back and realize, look, if you want to do this, if you want to stay healthier, if you want to be happier, these are the choices you can make. And this is something that you could be good in, you know. You have to give people positive vibes, whether it
Yeah.
is in a treatment, in a soul reading, whatever it is. It's about bringing positivity to people, pointing out the good stuff that they can do to make the change. Because
Well,
as long people are staying in fear and in doubt and distraction or any kind of emotional low vibrations,
mm,
it's not a good thing. You need to get them out of there, lift them up. And that's the rise of the consciousness, raising up the consciousness. That's what it's about now. That's why what we're being shown now with the planetary shift, that's pushing people to break out of an old system and starting a new way, a new vision. It's it's a complete renewal because it's an Aquarius.
mm,
Aquarius is the revolutionary sign. It's going to bring it like a bomb. It's going to be
okay.
with
Because
no announcement.
what I was going to say is, for many years now, many generations, we've had this term alternative medicine,
Yeah.
alternative therapy. And
Yeah.
personally, I don't see, the work that you're doing, the work that other therapists are doing. I'm not a therapist. I just do the coaching side and use nutrition as that medicine, if you like. But it's not going to be alternative.
No,
I
it's
believe that we'll be coming up as more mainstream, and
yeah.
people will be looking
Mm-hmm.
for people like yourself, the type of work that I do, to actually say, do you know what? I want to feel good all of the time. It's not just about me going
Yeah.
on holiday, or it's
No,
not just about me
the
getting
whole
ready for a
year
big
you should
event,
feel good.
or for yourself with a massage. Some people might say, oh, it was my birthday, I'm treating myself.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, this should be something that you're regularly
Regular.
doing to
Yeah. Keep
detox.
up your health, your energy.
Exactly.
Detox your body.
Mm,
There's so many different ways that are not invasive or harmful that can benefit your health in every way, you know.
brilliant.
And that is about the choices people can make and become more aware of now. Definitely important, yeah, especially with what you're doing.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Thank you. So let's just round off then. Obviously, we've got the talk coming up on Thursday. You're going to be talking to us mainly about the planetary shift. You've kind of touched on some elements today. Is there anything that you wanted to expand on? Because obviously the talk is only going to be for 30
Yeah.
minutes. You might not have a chance to say
I'll,
everything. So this is the opportunity to kind of like put those extra bits into the podcast.
yeah. Well, you know, we can't stop what is coming. Astrology is astrology. It's up there. You can even measure it. It's math. It's maths. It is, you can see the planets going into their alignment and then moving forward and backwards. And you can't prevent what is coming. So it will come. So even if people don't realize how much the change is gonna have an effect on their life, it will happen anyway. And yeah, on Thursday I will be going a bit more into depth on specific dates that I
Okay.
see as
Okay.
important,
Brilliant.
the times that I think we should be looking out if things gonna start happening on a world scale.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere in the world people will see, wow, this is major, this is changing history, this is changing the world actually.
Wow.
But yeah, everybody deals with it in a different way, and some people are more aware of it than others. But yeah, change is coming and it's already happening as we speak now. This
Excellent.
is the beginning of a new era. So that's a bit
I
where
know
I want
that
to.
I know that people are preparing for the
Yeah,
21st.
yeah,
Myself, I was thinking about doing a fast. Are you
yeah,
thinking
why
about
not? Yeah,
anything
I've been trying
yourself?
to I've been trying to be conscious with what I'm eating, and be sure I don't handle alcohol well, so I completely stay away from it as
Yeah.
possible, much as I can. I do like a glass, but I don't feel I need it, because for me, I need to be very clear-headed and fresh mind, especially in the work I do, whether it is a chart reading or a massage. I need to be really focused, fresh, and have a lot of energy to do it. So
Speaking about non-alcoholic
yes.
beverages, I don't know if I can find his name
Oh
quickly.
yes,
I have connected, he's going to love the fact that I'm giving him a little plug on this podcast.
oh, go
I've
ahead.
connected with a gentleman this week. Just bear with me. Okay, so I've connected with Tony Smith, and he is involved in a charity that specializes in non-alcoholic beverages.
Okay.
So they have a shop, which I did say that I'll be looking into, particularly working with mums. They may still be breastfeeding, or they may be like myself. I don't want to be drinking around my child, so I was breastfeeding. I can't remember how old he was actually when I stopped, but the breastfeeding, obviously I wasn't drinking, and then after I just didn't want the drink because I hadn't been drinking. So it's interesting that you've mentioned it now.
Yeah, naturally your body goes off. You don't feel like you need it because you haven't really missed it, have you?
No, exactly. So there are different ways, but yeah, just getting in terms of alignment for the 21st. Is there any top tips that you can give people that are thinking about getting ready for this shift? And what should we be doing? Should we be looking out of the window, or should we just do our everyday thing?
I think, it's up to people whether they want to do something. Some of us come together locally to have a little meditation moment on the 21st, because it's at 6:22 p.m.
Okay.
that the alignment is exact happening.
Ooh.
So lots of us, I've heard in West Dorset where I am and around, that we're gonna have a meditation times to bring in some positive energy, and for us all to feel the change of the shift in the world. Energy is going up, the frequency is going up, so that means on conscious level, people are rising up their energy, so it's a positive uplift.
Yeah,
Actually,
well, there's 3D and 5D. You're going to be touching on
we are
3D
going to
and
4D.
We're going to 4D.
Yes,
Okay.
that
Are
is,
you going to be talking about that in your talk at all?
Yeah,
to give us
I
an
can do a little bit
understanding?
on Thursday. That
Yeah.
we're actually going to 4D. People
4D.
have this idea it's 5D, but we are not completely there. Not everybody is on that 5-dimensional way, I believe. We are going fully into the 4th-dimensional stage now.
Yes, because as I understand it, there's things that we are doing that keep us on that low energy vibration. So we've mentioned alcohol, but also the food that we eat.
Wrong, there's nothing wrong with alcohol. I do
but I'm just talking about people that are actually wanting that ascendment themselves.
Yes.
It's about really kind of cleaning up.
It's detox, cleaning up old emotions, old baggage that you don't need to carry with you anymore, old beliefs, especially old belief systems.
But the beliefs are really, I've worked with other coaches that work on limiting beliefs, and to be fair, as part of my series for the online health and wellbeing cafe, I will be bringing in coaches that specialize in helping you to shift limiting beliefs. That's a whole subject in itself. So that's definitely something that I see we will be continuing to work on.
Constantly, because the Aquarius is also the air sign. People get it sometimes wrong. I think it's water, because they see
it's an air sign. Yes.
It's the mental air. The element of air represents the mental side. So it's to do everything with the mental things happening.
Brilliant. So this is fantastic though. So anybody who's doing their affirmations, like literally thinking of, thoughts become things.
Yes, manifesting your thoughts, ideas.
if you're really conscious of the law of attraction and things like that, then this is going to be very interesting. Oh, it's exciting.
Yes.
Okay then, so just to round up then, Sophie, obviously you've mentioned that you're in West Dorset, so for anybody who's in the local area to yourself, then you do offer affordable massage treatments and the reflexology treatments as well. If people are a bit further away, then the soul readings, they're available on Zoom, aren't they, and on Skype?
Yes, Zoom, Skype. If people want to have a reading, we can arrange a moment through Skype or Zoom.
Do you just want to tell us, like, what would that be, a soul reading? What does that mean for people who are not sure?
By giving your details about your birth date, birth hour, birthplace, I make a chart, an astrology chart. Let me see. Gosh. Yeah, well, anyway. Something like this.
Okay, perfect.
That you can't read, of course. Most people can't read this.
No.
And I will read the chart for you, what it means. I will explain who you are, how you react, what kind of person, how your life, let's say, life path is evolving.
So I've had my charts done, and I was having them annually. I got into it over a few years.
You can as well,
actually having the readings in the January, I think I was sending off for them, and it was like a prediction of what was to come for me.
You can actually do a year-based reading to see what specific area will be touched in that year. What will be your biggest or your most important, let's say, area that is going to be for you significant. But these are like birth charts, so it explains your life path in this life, from where you were to where you're going. You know, you can actually touch as well on 2 years, because I also use numerology in my readings always. I do an analysis of your numbers and the numbers that vibrate with you, what they mean, what they mean for you as a person, your life path, soul number, and so on. And every year it also has a specific number, a cycle that you're in, like with a year chart, where you can a bit find out more for that year, what it means to you.
Well, I'm due one anyway. I've not had it done for many years, so I will have to be checking in with you for an update.
Yeah, we'll arrange something, I'm sure.
We will. But, you know, it's been absolutely amazing to have this conversation with you. I mean, when we connected last week, we touched on the things that we've got in common in terms of the year that we were born in, the astrological sign that we both, well, I'm an Aries and you said you're on the cusp of Aries. So we kind of like had that exchange, which was very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to the talk on Thursday. Like I said, it was a topic. Normally, with the Health and Wellbeing Café, with the guest speakers, I might approach somebody or they might approach me, and I don't dictate what their topic is. If they're doing health or well-being, I'm open for them to come on. But I specifically wanted somebody to really talk to us about what's happening in December, and I'm so in fact, I was approached by other people as well, so thank you to everybody who...
No, I'm grateful I had this talk just to get myself a bit more out there. So
of course. Well, I'm all up for giving people a platform and an opportunity as well. So, like I said, I feel so blessed that we've connected as well here, Sophie. And I'm really looking forward to the talk on Thursday at 8 o'clock. So, for everybody who's listening to this podcast, I'm going to be posting the link of Sophie's website underneath the podcast, so that if you want to connect with her, you can do. And also, I will give you the link for how you can be on that live Zoom call with us on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. We're going to have Sophie's talk. I will be talking to you about some personal development. We're also going to be talking about nutrition. So the topic for this month is hydration, and you will find out why you need to drink water every single day. It's so important. And finally, we will be doing a little quiz as well. So you want to be on that call with us because it's a lot of fun. It's very informative and it's a beautiful community. So Sophie, I cannot wait to welcome you on that call on Thursday night.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Vanessa. Lovely
Thank
to
you
have
so
seen you
much.
today, and
No problem.
see you next
Oh,
Thursday then.
yeah, next Thursday. So, okay, my dear, I'm going to end this call here now. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.